What's going on, guys? Josh here from Momentum Productions, and today we're going to be talking about the DJI RONIN S gimbal here and whether or not you need to have IBIS or OIS turned on in your camera. OIS stands for Optical Image Stabilizer, and we have IBIS, which is Internal Body Image Stabilizer, or stabilization. The question is, does this interfere with smooth shots that you get on your gimbal? That's what we're finding out today. I'm using the Sony A9 and a 24-70 Zeiss lens, along with what I mentioned earlier, the DJI RONIN S gimbal. Now, don't forget that different gimbals, cameras, and lenses perform differently, so take that into consideration when you're watching this video. Now, before we get started, don't forget to give this video a big like and subscribe with those notifications turned on. And without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with the IBIS turned off at a 24mm focal length, we can see some micro jitters and inconsistencies in the shot. Now we have IBIS turned on, we get much smoother results, even at such a wide angle lens as a 24mm. Now, here are the two side by side. On the right, we get a much better result with the IBIS turned on. Now with the subject in frame, we can see even more inconsistencies, especially now that we're shooting at a 50mm length. Now with IBIS turned on, we get much smoother results. Here are the two clips side by side, and we can clearly see a difference between them. With the IBIS turned on, we get a much better shot. It's important to remember that when you're shooting with a longer range lens or a telephoto lens, we are going to see a lot more bumps, especially when using a gimbal. Again, we can see a clear difference between the two shots. Obviously, IBIS is performing much better than having it turned off. Overall, I do think IBIS does a great job with your gimbal, but it depends on the lens that you're using. For example, the 50mm and the 70mm focal lengths, usually I don't recommend using IBIS, but if you're doing forward tracking shots or backward tracking shots that don't require any panning, definitely consider using that IBIS and OIS feature in your lens and camera bodies. If your gimbal shots incorporate tilting and panning, that's when I suggest that you leave IBIS turned off unless you're using a wide lens like a 16mm, 24mm, or even a 35mm. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!